Welcome everyone to my second video looking at the MMO Worlds Adrift. As always, I am James, and today I'll be looking at the tutorial for the game. This is newly added and much needed. So, our first mission is escape the crash site. And we got the controls on the side there, so let's just move around. Now, I am not doing this on the best internet, so we'll see how a physics game works on... Oh! What I got here. Oh, raining. Lovely. So, I actually kind of like the tutorial in that it makes it a crash site, because a lot of games, they have the starting mission be overly epic for everyone, and then you get into the world and everyone's done the same thing, but they're all together, if that makes any sense. Making this a crash site is exciting enough, but generic enough that it could have happened to anyone. Especially the fact that it's a crash site, because you will lose your ship a lot in this game. So, let's see. I want us to descend safely to the ground, which can be a challenge with some things. Okay, salvage enough metal to build a scanner. Well, my internet seems to be holding out pretty good. Yeah, and you'll find most metal on these little nodes you find lying on the ground, or, as more often the case, on the underside of the island, which, again, given my internet, I'm not going to try. But, yeah, we can see one right over there. Let's see if we can find any that are in a more convenient location. It'd be nice if the rain let up. Okay. So it's giving me new missions, including making a torch out of plant fibers, which you get from trees, which makes sense. The torch is fairly useful for exploring caves. You do get better light sources as you go on, especially the hip lantern, but for now a torch would be nice. Oh, there's a tree. That's just decoration. Now, trees can be dangerous. The amount of times that Garrison has killed himself with falling trees is actually quite impressive. Okay. So apparently I have enough because it's wanting me to open my inventory. I'm just going to finish off this tree. There we go. So, tab to open inventory. We want crafting components, makeshift cloth. We'll use the plant fibers. Now, one thing that can get annoying about crafting is you can't make multiple of the same thing at the same time. So if you have a big project you're working on, it can take a little bit longer than it should, and I hope that they fix this as the game develops. Okay, so I've made makeshift cloth. I want to build a torch. Now this is your inventory here. Down here is your belt. If you die, anything on your belt is not lost, which is really helpful, because you will die a lot in this game. So I'm going to keep the iron down there. I'm going to turn the torch sideways, and I'll keep the wood down there for now. And that's really just and the berries. And in fact, I'll put those on the hot bar. Those can be used for healing. There are better healing items that you can get from cooking, of course. And they want that to torch the hot bar. Okay. So, now I got the torch. And yeah, as you can see, it does provide a fair amount of light. Oh, what's down here? I've already been through the tutorial once, and I kind of skimmed over it because I was playing with someone else and I wanted to get through quickly. So I didn't take all that much time to explore. Which is unfortunate, because this is a game about exploration, really, first and foremost. Aha! Oh. This is interesting. Unfortunately, I will need to come back to this, because there's something else I need to do first. Oh, and here we can see it without the torch. Oh, just follow the lights. There we go. Yeah, like I said, the torch is just the basic light source, and that's why it's not so great, because you actually have to take up a hand slot in order to use it. Okay. Ugh. I get the distinct feeling they are going to make me hang on the underside of this little island. Yeah, as you can see, the island is floating. Oh, other islands over there as well. It's actually kind of interesting there's other islands, because this is the tutorial island. And I was always under the impression that it was actually in a separate area from all the other islands, so you couldn't get griefers coming in. Oh, there's some metal there. But then again, maybe those islands are just for decoration. You never know. Oh, roll away from me. There we go. Now I can build a scanner. So, scanning tool. Now, the scanning tool is what you use to get knowledge from your environment. Knowledge is very important. You may die and lose everything in your inventory. As long as you have a scanner, you can continue getting knowledge, which allows you to build better and bigger things. I am using lead because I don't have enough lead. Lead is fairly useless, so a lot of low quality things that you either aren't going to really need or are going to discard later, lead is the thing to use. Oh, we'll put that down on the hotbar. Okay, you need to go to the character menu. And scan. Okay. So we need 75 knowledge. Now that little cylinder thing they're showing is a data banks, or data links. No, data banks is what they call it. And we did see one down in the cave we were just in. Although, technically, you can get knowledge from most things. Yeah, like 1 knowledge, this tree, 3 knowledge. I'm sure those little glowy things will also give me knowledge. If I can get close enough to 1. Nope, not close enough. Oh, come on now. And back to this area. This big guy will give me 4 knowledge. But these are the things you really want to look out for. Big old 25 knowledge, which actually increases as you get to higher level zones. And a lot of things you can use that for, basically components for your ship, which is very important. Okay, let's get the torch back out and get out of here. I'm actually surprised that my internet is being as stable as it is. It is, after all, satellite internet. And really not the best satellite internet at that. Yeah, now that looks cool. But again, I'm not going to risk anything too crazy when I might just lag out at any second. Switch back to my scanner. Okay, yeah, I've already scanned that type of rock. And as you go on, like, you will find a lot of things you've already scanned in other people's islands. And they don't carry over to other islands, so at a certain point, like, scanning the random environment things doesn't become any use to you. But for now, I'll take it where I can get it. 1 knowledge. Oh, that's... looks like it has a force field blocking it. That's kind of interesting. Okay, I believe there was one down here. You know what? If memory serves, I think I do actually have to go to one of those islands. Okay, this should be interesting. Actually, let's check how much knowledge I have so far. They want me to get 75. I have 63. I very much doubt I could get that just from scanning random things. Well, though, you never know. 4 knowledge, 4 knowledge. There we go. So, we're going to knowledge. And this is your research tree. So you got shipbuilding, you got the wings that you can put on the ship, you got the cannons, you got the swivel guns, you got the engines. You can actually add slots for how many schematics you have, because you are limited. I believe it's 30 when you start. But anyway, what we need to research now is the revival chamber interface. And most islands have a revival chamber, and that is how you get back to where you're going if you happen to die, or you go to a random island. Or if you have a ship with a reviver on it, you can go to that. But all that requires the network to be active. Yes, I want to learn this technology. Okay, so now we can actually access the revival chamber, which is the building we've kind of been skirting about. Okay. So, this is kind of interesting, because as it mentions in the little tooltip there, if you meet people on the island, or you have friends that are joining at the same time, if you all jump on at the same time, you can go to the same area. Otherwise, you'll get scattered pretty much everywhere. There are ways to get close to each other, but they mostly involve losing all of your inventory, which can suck a little bit. Yep. Let's activate this. possibly go wrong? Okay. Aha! It worked. I did not lag out. Great success. And now you are on a random island somewhere in the world. One that I don't recall actually seeing before. Now, they have quests going on, like dealing with knowledge, shipbuilding, and all that, but that is mostly the end of the tutorial. So, I will cut the video here, and you have a good day.